1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're ready.
As you may be guessing, we're about to have an interview here. We've got Coach Wes Jones of the Hardin Valley Football Hawks giving us a minute here at halftime.
How you
Coach,
doing, John?
thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, yeah, and yours. Let's talk about closed really strong in the football season. Tell me, just give me your general thoughts on the season and what you saw out of your guys as it wore on.
Well, it's a Jekyll and Hyde type year. I mean, one of those things, we either played out of this world or we couldn't catch a break, and we were oh so close. I mean, in retrospect, when you look back at the season, I mean, we were a couple plays away from being an 8-2, 9-1 type football team with an opportunity to host a playoff game. But, our youth, it raised its head. I hate to use excuses, but I mean, we were a very youthful football team this year. And had a lot of problems being able to go out and learn how to win games. But I don't think we could have finished our season off any better than that Farragut game that night. I mean, what an unbelievable team effort to bounce back from playing the worst game. I told our kids that's the worst game 10 years we've ever played. And to come back and play as good as we did against Farragut, then make a play that we needed to win the game. So that was an exciting way to end the year.
Yeah, it was a big game. And as you know, I went to Farragut. But I tell Coach
we won't
Courtney,
hold that against you, John.
Yeah, he's my gym. He was my gym teacher. I always tell him that y'all are my 12th favorite team now.
Yeah.
According to how many more we add. But boy, that was a great finish. Tell me about the decision to go for 2 there at home. Were you thinking about it the whole drive, or you always knew, or it hit you at the time? Kind of tell me the thought process there.
I think I made the decision in the ball game with about 2 minutes and 50-some seconds left. Farragut was driving, and we were struggling to stop them. And I walked down to our defensive staff, and I said, guys, I don't think we can stop them if we go to overtime. And they said, Coach, you make the call. I said, yeah, we're definitely going to go for 2 right here. So we had our minds made up, and we had to figure out how to
right.
go down and score. And, what an unbelievable drive our team put together right there. But, I mean, it was a no-brainer. We were tired. We were kind of out of gas, had a lot of guys playing both ways, and just, hey, kids made a play. And sometimes the kids make you look like a genius. So, I mean, I didn't have anything to do with it. They went out and executed, and it was a great play call by our offensive staff. And it was just it was a big-time event. I mean, I think the thing that kind of sticks out in my mind the most was watching how excited our student body got, after that play. They were so enthusiastic all night long during that ball game. And then to see that we were going to win a game, we went out and won a game, they just were getting ready to storm the field. So that was an exciting moment.
One of the really interesting things there, of course, Mark Packer covered that game, and we're blessed to be working with him, and we're streaming it. So I wasn't in the booth as usual. I was able to kind of watch things going on. But the opposite of the student section, who was just going crazy, they look over to you, and I can see in your eyes, there's still 8 seconds left in this game. We got to kick off. You had no celebration in you.
None.
Because there was going to be a kickoff yet.
No.
I thought that was great. Just watching that stone-cold face of yours walk on the sideline.
You're right. The number one thing, the first thing that I said, I look back at myself and I think, wow, Wes, you're a weird dude. We just make one of the biggest plays in school history, and all I could think about was making sure the guys would get off the field so we wouldn't get a penalty for celebration.
Right.
Because I wanted to be able to squib the ball deep.
Yeah.
And then, but you got to coach a game. It's just a different mindset being a coach as opposed to being a fan or anything else. You enjoy it for a real brief period of time after the ball game, and then it's moving on to the next one. So, like I told our kids when we were wrapping things up in the season, I said, how many football teams outside of state champions get to finish the year with a win?
Right.
I said, this is great momentum to carry through to the off-season for the young guys and for our football program, and we're returning a lot of players next year. Now, we got to replace some good ones. We got to replace 3. Dykes, and as you can see him doing it out here on the basketball court tonight.
Yeah.
He's going to be tough to replace, but we got some good young people that are coming back, and I think we got an opportunity to be a pretty good football team next year. You live and die with your quarterback play. We got 2 experienced guys coming back, and then we got a ton of seniors coming back next year. So I'm pretty excited going into this offseason.
What does the offseason look like? I mean, for people that aren't playing basketball right now, tell us kind of what the pattern looks like working its way up to next August.
Well, we give everybody, after the season, based on how we finish the year. But this year we've given everybody off until after Thanksgiving. Most of the guys are already involved working out with our strength coach, but we're not going to get what we call organized really until about the first of the year. We'll come back and do some like mini type teaching workouts. We'll work out 2 or 3 times a week to teach technique, so that when we roll into our program in January, it's just full board. We'll test them and we'll work from January all the way through the summer up until the season, until we get into June, puts us in our OTA type period where we can start doing a lot of stuff, and then July 7-on-7 and becomes an official practice month. I mean, football's a tremendous commitment. And now one thing we do stress to our kids, you'll see out on the court tonight, we've got a ton of kids playing basketball. I think we got about 12 guys wrestling. This year we've got guys running indoor track and field, so we've probably got 35 kids that are involved in other sports right now.
That's great.
And you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong doing that. So that's only going to help us benefit in the future. So, but we're ready to go. We're ready to get back after it and get back and try to capitalize on the way we finished and carry some of that momentum into Oak Ridge. It'll be a different look next year. We'll have turf field up there.
It'll be a different look for me because I'll get to call the football game.
Yeah, you'll get that first game. You'll actually have a spot in the box. So hopefully we can get all that remedied as we carry along. But
we prefer Oak Ridge games when we're at home. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But it's exciting. So we'll have a new look stadium next year, and hopefully we get some things going. Anybody out there listening that wants to help donate towards scoreboards and turf improvements, there's a letter out. You can go to the HVAC website, or you can talk to any of your coaches, football coaches. Email me. I am begging. I'm begging. We need some money right now.
Contact me. I'll get it to him. The whole deal. We're here to support that whole project as well.
Absolutely. We need the money to make this place first class. It takes a lot, and that turf goes down, it's not only going to benefit football, it's going to benefit all the other sports, and then it's going to truly benefit the elementary age kids and middle school kids that are going to be here for years to come. So it's an exciting time. We thank Pilot and Mr. Haslam for the generous donation that we've got right there. So we're excited. Good things are happening out here.
Yeah, one last question. I'll let you go. For some of the people who are just kind of basketball fans, they followed that and haven't really branched over into football, what can you say about Aaron or Luke or any of the other guys that are, what insight can you give the fans that follow the basketball only about the football elements and the exposure you've had to those young men?
Well, there's Aaron, Cortez, and Luke, man, what fantastic kids. They're great athletes. I think the thing you see out of those guys that play football on the basketball court, they're very tenacious. They're the guys that are going to get on the floor and get the rebounds. They're going to bang and play the good defense. And you always want your guys playing football that play basketball because it helps their feet so much. But, Aaron's explosive on the basketball court as he is on the football field. So, there's just a good bunch of kids down there. Real happy for them. Coach Chambers doing a great job with these kids this year. We dropped one the other night at William Blount. We don't want to talk about that much, but man, they've played pretty good basketball.
They really
shooting it well tonight, putting some points in here, and just looking forward to what they do as they kind of grow up and go along.
Yeah, well, Coach, thanks so much for giving us a minute out here. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Same to you.
Yeah, and go Hawks. We're looking forward to next year.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. And that's Coach Wes Jones of the Hardin Valley Football Hawks giving us a minute as he's here to support the basketball team on Black Friday.